Hello, today we are going to talk about all your different options when it comes to buying houses, pros and cons for each kind of option that you have, and maybe open your mind up a little bit more as to what kind of property you want to purchase. So I hope you enjoy this one. This is Laurie with eXp Realty right here in Wasilla, Alaska. I'm going to give you some sample numbers, and they are just that, exactly, just sample numbers so that you can get an idea of what the different prices are and the different options might look like for you. So let's jump right into that. What would you like to own? We're going to look at the different kinds of properties that are available for you today. First, we're going to talk about a single family home. That's most common. What people think about when they first want to buy a house is a single family home. You own your own yard, you do your own yard maintenance, and you take care and you just live life. Now, your single family homes can come in a place that has what we call an HOA, Homeowners Association. If you choose to live in a Homeowners Association, you probably have a bill that's paid annually or monthly, and that will take care of some of the services that you would normally take care of out of your pocket. For example, down in Settlers Bay, you pay a fee, and that takes care of your water bill for the year and a little bit of road maintenance out in front of the house, stuff you don't normally think about, but that is covered by that subdivision when they pay their HOA fees. So that is what happens with that HOA. Some HOAs have rules where you can only own so many pets. For example, they may say that you can't have any more than 3 dogs. While you might love that if you're not a dog lover, if you do already own 3 dogs, that would limit you from being able to purchase that home if you chose to keep more than the 3 dogs that were allowed. If the rule was 2 dogs, then you wouldn't have to rule that HOA out. So that's to think about, and there's pros and cons to HOAs. But we're not going to get into that today. We're going to talk about single family homes, and then we're going to talk about duplexes. A duplex is another option you might want to look into, and fourplexes, and the benefits of owning each one of those kinds of properties. So first of all, single family home, we're very familiar with that. I'm going to give you some numbers on what this could look like, and it's just a sample only. And I'm not a lender, and so I'm just going to tell you that if you wanted to get a loan for this house and the loan amount you were borrowing was $280,000 at 4% interest for a 30-year time period, your principal and interest payment would be $1,336.76 a month. But then, of course, when you look at that number, you can get on a mortgage calculator. Then you also need to add in your homeowner's insurance and your taxes. On this particular home, I looked up the taxes on it, and I added some money for insurance, and it'd be about $400 a month in addition to your payment. So that would bring your total around $1,735.76 if you want to get to the penny on this house. And that would be what this home payment would look like. And as a single family home, you'd be paying that payment each month, taking care of all of the maintenance and enjoying this lifestyle of home. Now we're going to go to the next one. The next one is, how about a duplex? A duplex is kind of an interesting idea. You're only sharing one wall, and sometimes you can get the detached duplexes, which would be 2 separate homes being sold on one lot. There you're sharing no walls, having the benefits of having a single family home and having the perk of having a rental income property also. So let's look at what this idea looks like, and it's a sample only again. So a loan for $470,000 for this property at a 4% interest rate over a 30-year period would be close to $2,243.85 a month on this property. So you'd live in one side and you'd rent out the other side on this property. Next, we'd need to add some homeowners insurance and some taxes. Taxes are a little higher, the house costs a little more, and then your insurance may be a little higher too. So we're coming in at $582 a month for this home. That's how this home works out. So your mortgage would be around $2,825.85, $2,825.85 a month Let's look how that works. Now for the fun part, you collect $1,600 a month in rent from the side that is rented, and that goes into your pocket to go toward being paid for your loan. Then your part that you would need to come up with for the rest of your mortgage payment would be $1,225.85. Seeing how that can save you a little bit of money each month and keep you living in something you own. So that's a pretty good option for you. But how about a fourplex? How does that work? Notice these guys have garages as well, and everyone has their unit, and you're probably comfortable knowing the lifestyle of a fourplex. So let's go into what those numbers look like a little bit. This is a sample only again. So if you got a loan for this property, which would be about $600,000, I called it $599,900, at 4% interest for 30 years, your payment would be close to $2,859 a month. Now, what we're going to have to add again is homeowners insurance and taxes. They're going to be a little higher because of the cost of the home. Your taxes are a little higher, and because of the kind of insurance you'd want to pick up, it's going to be about $850 a month for those services, bringing the total payment on this property to $3,709 a month. Let's go ahead and look at this. Now for the fun part, collecting the rents. You're going to get rents from 3 of those units equaling close to $3,800 a month. You can put that into your pocket, and that goes toward paying your mortgage. Then what needs to come out of your pocket to go toward your mortgage is a big fat zero. There's actually a $91 profit a month going toward your pocket and other expenses. So that's pretty cool. You'd be living in one of the units, and that's how that could play out for you. Okay, think about this. If you don't want to manage an income property yourself, which is moving people in and out, cleaning up and taking care of anything that arises, you can always hire a property manager. Property management costs are about 10% of collected rents, and they will do all of those aforesaid things for you. Each property manager is unique and as different as they are, so you're going to want to ask them what they include and what they don't include for the price, and if there's any additional fees for different things. Note that the property manager doesn't take care of the expenses of things that need to happen for you. They just take care of lining those things up so that they can happen, and just kind of give you a hands-off approach. So I want you to think about that a little bit. If just the thought of collecting rents makes you cringe. Most people pay the rent just fine on time, and I can teach a whole nother class on how to be your own property manager and how to take care of your properties. I'd love to share my knowledge with you. This is something I've been having income property for lots of years now, and it's really blessed my life. So I'm sure it will bless yours too. Let's keep going. There's some more things for you to think about, like snow removal and yard care. Who's going to take care of that? And you may need to hire that out. You may be able to take care of it yourself and put some more money in your pocket. Coin laundry is an opportunity for additional income to come in on those properties. So for example, on that fourplex, if it has coin laundry there, that is a real plus for you. You need to go empty your quarters quite often, clean the laundry room, and move on. That can be a real cash flow and add extra money to you monthly. So that's a plus. Hall cleaning. If there's common areas that need to be cleaned, you need to schedule to have that done or take care of it yourself and keep your apartment looking as nice as it can, so everybody wants to live there forever and ever. Next thing we want to talk about is trash pickup. That'll be an additional fee. You'll have to pay to put a dumpster out there and get that taken care of. Wellhead has an electric pump that pumps that water, and any addition common areas that may have electricity going to them, you may have a bill for those. Just trying to help you think about all the different expenses that might come your way. There's a vacancy rate. It's not very high right now. We have a real shortage of rentals right now. At one point, we had a real overage of vacancies because we overbuilt for the area, but now it seems to be growing super fast. So we're getting top dollar on rental income properties right now, and it's a beautiful thing to be a landlord. Other expenses might be clean out. If you hire somebody to come in and do a clean out after someone moves out, that's an expense, but that is usually taken out of a cleaning deposit if they haven't left it clean. So it's not really an out-of-pocket expense. Repairs are the same way. If they've damaged your home, that's usually coming out of a deposit, and those repairs need to be done. Regular annual maintenance and things that are not out of the client's pocket are things you're going to need to repair and replace and fix. So if the fridge breaks, that's pretty much on you. So those kind of things may come up as expenses. So I want to bring that to your attention. A duplex is treated the same as a single family home as far as financing goes. So you thought you could not buy a duplex, you are probably wrong. By living in one side of the unit and renting out the other side of the unit, it's definitely most people can do because it is treated the same. Next, with the fourplex, you may need to put down a little, may need to have a little bit more savings in your savings account for buying a fourplex. All loan programs are different, so I'm going to encourage you to talk to a lender about this, but you don't even need to have those funds be liquid. They could be in your 401k. They could be invested somewhere as long as you can get access to them if you were to need to make an extra payment. That's what it's all about, is to make sure that you have an emergency fund for payment on that fourplex. A duplex likes to see a little extra in your savings account, but it's not always required. The best part of income property, the super best part about income property, is the income from that property before you even own it, before it's even rented, is going to help you qualify for the loan. For example, that one we were just looking at where we had $3,800 coming in rent from those other 3 units in that fourplex that are rented. Well, 75% of that $38,000 is going to count as income towards you to help you qualify for the larger loan payment. So just for this example, that 75% of that is $2,850 more a month will be counted as if it's income you have coming in, added to the income you currently have to see if you qualify to make that mortgage payment. This is a beautiful thing. This is how people are able to buy fourplexes and how they're able to move from owning one to moving and owning 2 and starting to build some wealth. So that's pretty cool. And how can they build wealth with those numbers I showed you? Well, let me show you something. Over time, they're building equity in those properties. If they sell them, there's equity to be had. But renting out all the units, this is where the magic starts to happen. Now let's look at the numbers and see how they're changing. The reason I'm going to bring this up is very simple. If you decide to rent out a unit, it's going to give you a little more cash positive in your pocket. I'm going to look at the single family home, for example. Lots of people own single family homes and use them as income property as well. For example, on this one, we're keeping all of our loan sample the same, the amount we're borrowing, the timeline, and those things. And now we're going to look at this. If you rent the home out, you could possibly be an extra $200 a month positive in your pocket. So how many of you wouldn't want to own like 10 of those and be getting a couple $2,000 more a month in your pocket? That would be a pretty sweet deal. Now let's talk about a duplex. Duplex, we're keeping all those units the same. And let's say you live there for 2 years, because that's what's required with your loans, most of them when you buy them. You're planning to have them be your residence, and they expect you to live in the dwelling for a 2-year minimum. And so if you move in and you live in this for 2 years, a couple things are going to happen. The equity is going to go up in this house. And when you go to rent out the other side as well as the side that was previously rented, now you're bringing in $3,200 a month into your pocket after your mortgage is paid and any other expenses you are putting in your pocket, a positive $374.15 in your pocket. So that's how that works. And we're talking about yard maintenance, and we were talking about snow removal and those kind of things. They start to take play a little bit more when you start to get into a duplex. A single family home, you can rent that out and you can tell them they're in charge of everything as if they owned it. They'll be in charge of their own snow removal, their yard work, and all of that. Over here, you need to have that conversation with your tenants and see if they're willing to do that. A lot of people that are renting because they don't want to do lawn care and they don't want to worry about those things. And so that's a negotiation on your part on who takes care of what there and whether there's a discount given if they take care of their own yard. So to think about, let's keep going. How about this fourplex? Now all of a sudden this cash positive little fourplex gets way more cash positive. So once you rent out all 4 units, then you get to pocket that $3,041 a month in your pocket after you've paid your mortgage, before you've paid any other expenses. Who wouldn't want to own 10 of those? Think about how much money that would make every month. So the key to income property is to own it and to build upon your wealth. So once again, you'd need to live into it for a couple years, and then you can move into another one. And this keeps you from needing to put down 20% on the loan. If you're owner occupying, you may be able to get into one of these fourplexes for only 3 to 5% down, and so that is a really good deal, and that is a reason why to start with owner occupying. It helps you so that you don't need to put as much money down as you would if you were just buying an income property. Once again, if it's an income property you're not planning to live in, whether it's a single family duplex or fourplex, you are going to be looking at putting 20% down. So one thing I didn't talk about was anything that's over 5 units. Anything over 5 units, you typically need to put 25% down. There are a few loan programs coming out nowadays that are getting close to 20%, but it's usually 25% if it's over 4 units. So, and that's a whole different kind of lifestyle of living too. So I'm kind of staying with the beginner homes here. And so you have lots of choices. What would you like to own? Do you want to own a single family home? Would you want to own a duplex? Would you want to own a fourplex? Would you like to start at a fourplex, move to a duplex, then end in a single family home? As you build equity and get the cash flow coming in for the different properties, I don't know. There's no wrong answer. It's just a beautiful thing to be a homeowner, and it's a beautiful thing to think about the different options you have, because there are options. There are lots of options and lots of different ways to get to where we want to go with our wealth and our retirement goals. So one thing I wanted to bring out is getting pre-qualified is key. Meet with a lender, take your required documents, learn your buying power. Buying power is key to getting the home you want and the future you want when it comes to setting yourself up financially and letting real estate be part of that journey. Thank you for listening today. I appreciate the time we shared well, and I hope you have a fantastic day.